Welcome everybody, I'm Alexander Linz, head of content of WatchAdvisor.com. Reporting live from the SIHH 2019. I am at Cartier and I have the honor or the pleasure to present you the latest developments Cartier did with its Santos watches. The Santos watch was presented last year in April, and this is, let's say, Santos 2019. The Santos watch dates back from the year 1904. This was when Louis Cartier introduced to Alberto Santos Dumont, who was an aviation pioneer and did crazy things. He was, let's say, it was risky to do that. He was flying 220 meters in 21 seconds. Today, 220 meters in 21 seconds, one should say, okay, what's the deal? But at the time being in 1904, it was a big deal because he could have crashed, and I don't want to even imagine what could have happened. So the guy did it, 220 meters in 21 seconds, and all the watches, the entire collection, including the other video we have just been recording. I hope you're also going to see it about the Santos Dumont watches, the refined ones with the quartz movements. So be sure to also see this video. This is also now Santos with mechanical movements. And what Cartier did is, again, very specific Cartier. I like what they're doing because when they present a watch, they think. So they don't only go and make something, they keep the aesthetics and they make a watch very usable in the sense of they think, how could we improve a chronograph? So this is a chronograph. What is missing, guys? The two push buttons. There are no push buttons on the chronograph, and you still can start, stop and reset the watch, but in the way of Cartier thinks it. So I'll show you. So if you wear the watch on your wrist, you push the button on this side, the chronograph starts to run. You can stop it from this side and you reset by pushing on this side. So what's absolutely smart, clever and good looking is when you wear the watch on your wrist, you have to see it that way, that your watch is on the wrist. So you can easily start the watch by just pressing the button. You can stop the watch and reset to 0. And when you're not using your chronograph and the watch is covered either by your shirt or by your by a pullover or whatever you're wearing, now in this case, you don't see the second button. Nothing is disturbing that beautiful ergonomy and that beautiful design of the Santos watches. There are no push buttons here because you simply don't need them. The movement Cartier is using is the 1904 MC, Manufacture Cartier, that has been improved or further developed to have this functionality to start the watch, to stop the watch and to reset it by the crown. And by the way, by using the crown, you pull out the crown, you are setting the date, you're winding the watch and you are setting the hours. So everything stays a normal watch. Only little difference is that if you want to use a chronograph, you push the button. And this is something I have to say that is very much Cartier, because any other company wouldn't have done it. And I don't want to name anybody, but it's a company that also exposes or presents its watches here that has an iconic design. And if I see the chronographs, when they are put at the position or at the case here, you know, the company that has this round thing here, I don't want to say more, but they have those push buttons here, they simply shouldn't be there. So to do it that way is very smart, clever, keeps the design clean and makes it to be a very nice looking and ergonomically perfectly fitting watch on your wrist. Why do I hold the steel and gold version in the camera? First, because I very much like the bracelet. With those screws on, it's simply looking good. But if you don't want to wear a watch with a metal bracelet, so you say it's too heavy, look, they have done one with a caoutchouc or rubber strap with a DLC coated bezel. Looks gorgeous, so it takes the color, and it's absolutely the same chronograph. Start, stop, reset. And if you want to set the time and everything, you can use the crown. A new folding clasp has been developed with a security, so you have two push buttons here to secure if you're wearing the watch, and you don't have the problem that it by coincidence opens and it could fall out of from your wrist. So version in steel gold for this watch, and full gold if you like it, why not? with a nice, fully integrated alligator strap, perfectly looking, but still the same chronograph. Start, stop, reset. Looks good. And if you're wearing it, it looks like a perfectly dressed watch because, once again, no push buttons here. Very clever, very smart. And to continue, that is something I very much liked from the very beginning, because Cartier were the first to do a skeleton watch, and instead of just skeletonizing a movement, they used their famous Roman numerals as part of the skeleton, and so everything is held, but that is in that movement by the Roman numerals, and you read the time as you are used to read it, and it doesn't make this kind of weird skeletonized kind of watches I personally don't like so much, because if you just take away if you just start to skeletonize parts of the movement, the watch sometimes, if you look at it, they do look a bit, I don't know how to say that, weird maybe. But here you stay in the DNA of Cartier. Look, you have those Roman numerals, and the Roman numerals also appear on the skeletonized watch, and I really like this new version. It's a steel gold version, and this is now a pretty particular one. With an alligator strap and a DLC black coated watch case. But the interesting thing is, what you don't see or probably hardly see in the camera is that the entire Roman numerals are fitted, and the hands are fitted with a superluminova, with a special colored superluminova. And if you go with an ultraviolet light on it, you probably see it glooming. And imagine we are in a room with a lot of light here. Imagine how the whole thing looks like. I don't know if the cameraman got it. He is. Do you have it? I think he has it. We're trying to film the watch later on with less light, so maybe we have a chance to get into a room with less light, and you will see. And this is funny because at night, when our watch is charged by light, you will have the entire Roman numerals on it, and I think that watch should look really good on your wrist. Price-wise, I need a little bit help here.
21,500 for the skeleton.
21,500. It's a price without VAT, without tax. So this is skeleton price. The skeleton price for the steel and gold.
25,000.
25,000. Still, we're talking about euros without tax. Euros without tax.
Correct.
Then let's start with the chronograph with the rubber strap and the DLC coated bezel.
7,200.
7,200 euros. That's pretty a fair offer, I would say, for such a development, and I very much like it, very much. Once again, steel gold with the famous metal bracelet with those screws on is
11,500.
11,500. I would say also pretty fair. Perfectly shaped. That watch fits like if it would have always been on your wrist. And the full gold version with the alligator
is 20,000.
20,000 without tax. Obviously, you have to add the tax, so it's a price not already including your personal tax in your country. But still, I have to say, chapeau to Cartier. I really like this function. Really makes it's cool. Look, I bring that once again. Yeah. You wear it, and you hold the watch with your two fingers, you press, and the chronograph starts. God, there you go. Stop and Santos. I think at the time being, if Alberto Santos Dumont would have had this watch, he would have been very happy, because it would have been everything he wanted. Easy to use, a watch he could wear on the wrist, and I think he would have been very happy. So Cartier did it some 115 years later. 115 years later. Guys, thanks for watching again. Compliments to Cartier for these watches. I like them, especially that chronograph with that easy to use function. Thanks for watching our videos. If you like it, if you like them, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and to like our videos, of course. And if you have any comments to make, questions to ask, please use the comment section here underneath, and give me some time to answer, because I'm very busy these days here on the SIHH. Bye-bye.